there, welcome to my channel. This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot, and I'm here to do another cusp reading for you. This time it's for Gemini Cancer, and I've been shuffling and shuffling and shuffling these, so I'm just gonna let them be for now and just talk to you about your sign. Gemini Cancer, you are June 19th to 24, and you are the cusp of magic, which is exciting. So why is that? So Gemini Cancers have a quality of the ethereal, the thoughtful and energetic and energized, um, in the head and um, highly motivated side of Gemini, but they also have the very deeply emotional and emotionally connected side of Cancer. So it is said that the cusp of magic or Gemini Cancer cusps are very inspired and very motivated by certain causes. So you might be motivated by causes at work, you might be motivated by causes in your community, passions, things with purpose, but you can be easily motivated by things that are, tap your core. Things that tap your core, Gemini Cancer, are really important to you. And, even though you're an inspired individual, um, upon first meeting you, people may not see that glimmer in your eye. You tend to be humble, you tend to be low key in terms of that. So it kind of takes people a while to connect to that and get to know you. You can almost be self-effacing, meaning, really humble and sort of, you don't kind of boast and, push your ego forward in interactions. So that's like a really beautiful quality of Gemini Cancer. What we do know about every cusp is you're juggling two personalities. So for Gemini Cancer, you have to balance that that in your head side with that emotional side. So you may not be, so the watery emotional side of Cancer with the really, thoughtful and idea popping side of Gemini. But then to make things happen, you are missing the earth or fire element unless they're somewhere else in your chart. If there's somewhere else in your chart, that could be good for moving things forward. If you don't have the earth or fire in your chart, then just being a combination of air and water can lead a Gemini Cancer to be a bit untethered and not as goal or achievement oriented, or not kind of have the plans in place to move things forward. So kind of be aware of that if those pieces might be lacking in you. I mean, they may not be. Again, they could be somewhere else in your chart. Those born in the Gemini Cancer cusp are attracted to the aesthetic states, meaning they can find inspiration qualities in even the most ordinary of everyday activities. You could be eating a wonderful meal and find inspiration in that. You could be looking at art, listening to music, taking a walk on the beach, and you just kind of can be triggered with inspiration from everyday activities. You could even be just like walking in your backyard and feel that. So that's just a beautiful thing. As far as advice goes on this cusp, the note is to exercise care with your magical powers. And you may feel the need to be a little, tougher on yourself. Like I said, keep your eye on your goals. Keep your eye on how to make your goals happen. If you need more structure, you need more guidance, so you don't kind of stay up in the air. You get tethered to making things happen. And, don't let yourself drift off to those ecstatic experiences and feeling and tasting of the world, and not as on the track that would actually make you be happy in the long term. The other thing too is, like, with being a Cancer sign, is to be aware of repressing your feelings, because Cancers certainly do have their feelings and they need to be expressed. So the Cancer side of you shouldn't get taken up with the Gemini side, which doesn't like to express their feelings that much. So in the heart of your side, we have the Four of Swords. Let's just read the tarot for you now. And the Page of Swords in the recent past. And the Two of Wands, what's on your mind, is the Six of Pentacles. And at the base is the Tower. Wow. Okay. Let's see, as it comes to this relationship. And like I said, I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and then decided this could be distracting, so I stopped shuffling. On the part of your person, you've got the King of Swords, Nine of Swords, and in the near future, the Ten of Cups. And on their mind is the Two of Wands, which actually you have as well. And in the base of their reading is the Two of Cups, which is pretty interesting. So just to kind of take a little lay of the land here in that for just a moment. Yeah, so Gemini Cancer, you might have come into a bit of a conflict in your life or with this person that has caused you to want to kind of solve a puzzle with them. In the recent past, maybe you were digging, maybe you were talking to people, maybe you were looking online or kind of trying to find out about their world without pursuing them directly. And that, may have inadvertently, you might have expressed a lack of trust by doing that, or you had a reason to not trust this person for whatever reason for some of you. And either you took an action or something you found out caused a fair amount of upheaval. Maybe they had somebody else they were talking to or giving to. You do have on your mind the Six of Pentacles. So I think that ultimately, to be happy, you're very focused on, reciprocity. And will this be the kind of person that can give back to you what you give to them? With the Six of Pentacles, it's all about, giving equally or not. Is somebody generous? Do you want to be generous? I think by nature, Gemini Cancer, you probably were being very generous to this person because that's kind of who you are for many of you. And and maybe you didn't, maybe you were kind of waking up to the reality of the situation, which is, just learning more about their character, about who you think they could be, and you're weighing up, where to go now. You have a decision to make. Do you go forward with a new opportunity? Do you go forward with this person? Do you leave this person behind and seek out something that you feel could be better for you? I'm not saying that this isn't good enough for you. There's a lot of nice qualities here on the side of this person, but I just do see the energies on your side as being in thought around which way to go now. What's going to be best for you. And this is just another storyline, but for some of you, and this may only be some of you, you could be the person that was giving to two people or is now needing to choose between the two people in your life. Because for some people, that's going to resonate. Now, the person that's in the Two of Wands, that's in your near term, I think it's mostly you, but so one of you is at a harder decision point. You are the person you're thinking about, but both of you are aware. There's a possibility you're both in decision point because you're both carrying the Two of Wands in your thoughts in your future. But it could also just be that one knows that the other one's about to make a decision. So you'll know which that is. Either you're both at a decision point, or one is more at a decision point than the other, but the other's aware of it. Okay. So I hope that made sense. So that if your person's thinking about the decision that they need to make, Two of Wands, then you're very aware that that's going to impact you, or vice versa. Again, or you're both at a decision point. But recently in their past, they've been fairly upset by something. So maybe it was your awareness of something. Maybe it was the thing that brought about your tower moment, and your need to reflect and just retract for a minute has made them upset because they're wondering, like, what happened to my Gemini Cancer? They might be thinking. Because at the heart of the matter, they think this is definitely an important partnership. Whether it's work, romance, or both. There's even a possibility that this is a current partner for you. Their King of Swords energy that they're in could definitely be a partner, a boss, a leader. It could be a dad, spouse, father, or male figure of a family, or male energy of a family, whether it's male or female or whatever, doesn't matter. But they're definitely more attached to their logic. They're definitely not wanting to be swayed by their Two of Cups and Ten of Cups energy. So they feel it. But the really interesting question is, do they want to be swayed by it? They know that there's a decision coming. They want the whole, they want what will make them happy, and also what's good for their family. They value a partnership, but they're not going to be knocked off their course. They're not going to be like sucked into the vortex of this Nine of Swords. They're going to get a handle, because the Nine of Swords, even though it's caught in thought, is also a very emotionally charged card. And this King of Swords has a lot of deep emotion, but they don't want to be knocked off course with it. So let's see. Let's see what would happen. This is like a plus or minus 2 weeks timeless reading, but let's see, Gemini Cancer. What's a card we can pull on your side? What are you likely to do with this scenario here? Ace of Cups. Wow. There's either an offer coming in or you're about to make an offer. I would be more inclined to say you're going to be dealing with an offer because the hand is coming in towards you. But what might be sparked here is a new look at this relationship and what to do with it. It could be also a totally other relationship coming in for you. But let's see what this person might do. And we have a Princess of Wands, which is a Page of Wands. So that's an offer as well, communicating at least. So, you know, there's a decent likelihood that this person is going to be communicating, reaching out. So you have a receptiveness with that Ace of Cups. You've coming out of this evaluation period thinking, you know, I might want to see what this person has to say. But you're going to, you know, definitely you're going to scrutinize this carefully because what's on your mind is this notion of, you know, we need to be in a good relationship where fair give and take is possible. Like, I don't want to be giving more than my fair share. That doesn't feel good. And they feel that they don't want to be overly emotional. They can be passionate, but the Page of Wands is a bit more immature. So you might see that side of them. What I would say is don't be deceived if they kind of seem light or, you know, that they're just trying to make a light contact at first, because they definitely feel things deeply. They're just not likely to come forward with depth right now. That's going to be something that would have to evolve out of at least other steps. So I hope this helps in some way. Let me know. Please drop me a line. Please thumbs up if you'd like, and comment and let me know if this resonates or not. And yeah, so I hope to see you again soon. Take care.